Just as APC is causing, a lot of problem for the country, that is the same issue they are facing internally in their party because they are supposed to have had their Congress early in January, but somehow they decided to move it, because the president does not want another region to take over for the chairmanship position. So he just kept pushing on the Yobe State Governor, Mai Malabuni, and they kept giving him extension, and that has caused a lot of issues in the party. And this time around, there are now some factions in, the All Progressive Congress ahead of their Congress. Yes, remember they said their Congress would hold sometime in October. Yes, I guess. But, even before then, a lot of issues are already cropping up because now Rivers faction demands boycott exercise suspended in Zamfara, Kwara, Anambra, and others. Well, I'm very sure you want to hear about this report because this will prove a lot in other areas and things happening in the country. More details, guys, but please ensure you subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, turn on the notification bell, like, and also share this video. All right, dear friends, without further ado, let us get right into the details of this report. The function of the Rivers State chapter of the All Progressive Congress, loyal to Senator Magnus Abe, has announced a boycott of the party's World Congresses beginning on Saturday. Members of the faction accused the Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amaechi, of masterminding the exclusion of their supporters from participating in the exercise. Abe, a former senator representing Rivers Southeast at the National Assembly, made the accusation in Port Harcourt on Friday while addressing his supporters across the 23 local government areas of the state. He said there is really no crisis in this party. The crisis in the party is that the minister, Amaechi, said anybody who is with Senator Abe is no longer a member of the All Progressive Congress and cannot be entitled to any opportunity or privilege within the All Progressive Congress. I want to say I have had a series of meetings with the national leadership, and it is determined that there will be justice for party members in Rivers State. Don't take the law into your hands. Since you were not given forms and allowed to take part in the congresses, leave it. We will follow the party process and we will formally complain to the national leadership that this is what has happened. Since they didn't give you forms, don't go and waste your time. Remain calm. We will get to where we are going. We will follow the directives of the national leadership of our party. He noted that he had always been an advocate of inclusiveness in the affairs of the party at the state level and would remain one. In response, the state APC spokesman Ogbonna Nwuke dismissed the allegations. Nwuke, who is Amaechi's close ally, said the whole thing is a complete hoax and lies coming from a man who is well placed like Senator Magnus Abe. The APC has promised to provide a level playing field for all. That means members of a base function who equally bought forms to participate in the congresses are free to do so. But we are aware that because the senator knows that this time he is merely a paper tiger who has no support at the grassroots, it becomes necessary for him to tell all kinds of lies in an attempt to create a wrong impression of a peaceful process. So, for us, we think that the public, particularly our supporters and all well-meaning people who are part of the APC, should ignore the call by Senator Magnus Abe. In Osun, some party members staged a peaceful protest against alleged refusal of the Congress Committee overseeing the exercise to hold a meeting with all the stakeholders. The protesters, led by an ex-parliamentarian Rashid Raji, insisted on going to their various wards to hold congresses as against the plan by the Ileri Oluwa-led group, said to enjoy the support of Governor Adegboyega Oyetola, which is insisting on a consensus arrangement for all positions. They armed themselves with placards with inscriptions such as "We say no to concessors," "Osun progressives, women and youth demand," APC Congress forms, and "We say no to imposition." The demonstrators who protested along Oshogbo Gbogan Road said they decided to change their plan to march to the party secretariat because hoodlums had been stationed near the premises to attack them. Addressing journalists, Raji said, "A consensus arrangement is no longer possible in Osun. We have obtained forms, but our members have not been invited to any meeting. We insist that there must be an election." In a similar vein, party supporters under the aegis of the Osun Progressives called on security agencies in the state to protect their members. The chairman of the group, Lowa Adebiyi, who spoke to journalists in Osogbo, expressed fear that some members of the group might be attacked. However, the state chairman of the All Progressive Congress Caretaker Committee, Gboyega Famodu, announced the adoption of a consensus arrangement for the election of ward leaders. Famodu spoke in Osogbo on Friday at a meeting of the Congress Committee for the State with the party stakeholders in Osun Government House. He said, "As recommended by the National Secretariat, we have adopted a consensus mode in Osun for the smooth running of the exercise. Things have been properly done. Our homework have been done properly. Our fathers and leaders have scrutinized the 332 wards, and we have in Osun, we have concluded the exercise that will lead us to a very good Congress tomorrow." In his brief remarks, the chairman of the Congress Committee for the state, Mr. Gbenga Elegbeleye, said he arrived in the state Friday evening and dismissed insinuations that the committee had been prevented from meeting all stakeholders. In his goodwill message, Oyetola assured party members of adequate security across the state and called on all stakeholders to ensure he each Free World Congress. Also, an Ekiti state governorship aspirant on the platform of the party, Ruben Famuyibo, on Friday expressed fear that parallel world congresses could take place because forms were being sold by two different sources. Famuyibo, who spoke to reporters in Ado-Ekiti, said, "In view of what is going on, there may be question marks on the credibility of our Congress in Ekiti State based on how they arrived at the names and who got the forms." He added, "Even based on Supreme Court judgment on the Ondo State governorship election, where the court had said you cannot be the chairman of a party when you are a governor, something has to be done. This is the same person that is conducting the congresses. I think the best thing would have been to put a hold on this election and do a proper thing. On Saturday, we may have two conflicting groups. As at today, Friday, people who had forms got such from either Fahemi's aid or from the Abuja group. There's likely to be a parallel Congress." But the APC State Publicity Director Sam Oluwalana argued that Famoyibo's claim were untrue. Well, guys, you've heard it all. We just hope that APC, just as they are causing disarray in the country, they will put things together. And I'm not very sure if they can get things together anymore in the country. All they just have to do is to just go somewhere and, forget the party ever existed. That's my own take, because they have caused a lot more harm in the country, and Nigerians are already tired of them. So guys, that is it. Thank you so much for staying tuned. Don't forget to drop your comment, give this video a thumbs up, like, and also share this video. Do have a pleasant time. Bye for now.